The session today is all about abundance. And we start listening and tuning into ourselves to find what abundance means to us. Welcome to all of you. I'm going to spend the first 10 minutes talking about the energy, because every time we will have some new people joining in, and they might not understand the whole energy space and how I understand energy. And everything is energy, and thankfully that was something that Einstein told to us. So if everything is energy and I am energy, then what is my energy made up of? In Hinduism we have something called the Atma. The Atma, the soul. When we talk about the soul, what is soul? The soul never gets destroyed, never gets created. It's something that is eternal. And the one thing that is eternal is energy. So soul is nothing but our energy field that we carry from every moment to the next life, to the next form that we take. So if it's all energy, then what is it that we are carrying in the soul itself? In the soul, we carry energy of all the action that we've done. So let us say this webinar is giving me great joy. Then that joy is the energetic impression that I carry with me in my Atman. That's the energy field. That is my pot in which I am collecting all my emotions, everything, every energy that I create. So if something gives me a great amount of sadness, then that is what I carry in my energy pot. Let us say something happens to me, and it's not necessary that it happened in this life, but it might have happened in another life, and yet I would be carrying that energy with me in this life as well, because that's the energy impression that I created. So now what is it? How do I deal with it? I don't know how many thousands of lives that I have taken. How do I deal with everything? The only way to deal with it is to actually realize what is playing around you right now. If you recognize that in a day, 20 things happen that make you sad, that make you feel unloved, then please understand that that's what you are carrying in your energies field. You don't have to go through 20 lifetime regressions or any such thing. You simply have to look at your life today. And whatever your life today looks like, that is what you're carrying in your energies field. Now, I won't go through the process of candle. We already covered it last week. And that is something that I have several videos on by now. You can go to my channel and watch how to do a candle and how to release these emotions. But now we shall come to the word abundance. The way all of us actually recognize abundance is through money. The money in the bank account is the way that we feel abundant. But is it really that money is what is meant by abundance? Please understand that whatever is in your energy is going to get created, is going to get manifested in the universe around you. So let us say you carry a lot of sadness, and yet there is money. There is a money play in your life. You are a billionaire, you are a millionaire. What happens if you have a lot of sadness in your energy field? Somebody close to you will come and take all your money away. Now, what will that do? It'll create a lot of sadness in you. And that sadness, which already exists in your energies field, is going to play out and create more sadness in you. Once we start to understand that the whole game is of watching that pot, that energy field wala pot of mine, then as soon as that sadness is created, I am now aware that I can shift that sadness. It is only a frequency that I'm playing in. It's an emotion that I'm playing in, and I can change that sadness to another emotion. So when that event of sadness happens and somebody takes away all my money, I will release the sadness and I will tune into joy. And I can tune into joy in several ways. The way that I normally use is to nowadays, the very simple way is to make you tune into my energy. Because in my energy, there's a lot of masti, there is a lot of abundance, there is just a lot of joy at no matter what happens outside. But the way that I understand it is, if I have an energy of masti, of abundance, then you can tune into that same masti and abundance purely by changing your channel and being in my frequency. So that's what I offer to everybody. Very simply, people have abundance of many different things, okay, in their lives. And what they have, they do not pay attention to, and all their focus is on lack. So let's say, yesterday you didn't have any time to enjoy whatever you had. Now, today you actually have time to enjoy. You and everybody else, actually, the entire universe today is in abundance of time. And they've got more time than what they had yesterday. But are they using that abundance to feel joyous? I don't know. Are you? Some of you are, and some of you aren't. Some of you are going into the lack of, what if this doesn't get over? Then what will happen then? And so right now, while there is abundance of time, that you are enjoying the lack of money. You're enjoying the lack of money. What you need to do is simply shift your focus from the lack to the abundance part. So this happens on all fronts. Sometimes you will be in abundance of money and you will actually find that you don't have the people to enjoy with. Because abundance is not about a bank account. It is actually not even about the lack of love or the lack of time. Abundance exists over here. When you are feeling complete, when you are feeling joyous at whatever the state is today, now you are in abundance. People tell me, but if I don't worry about tomorrow, if I don't worry about where my next bread is going to come from, or if I don't worry about, how will I receive love? I'm feeling so lonely. How will I receive love? Then if I don't run after love, if I don't run after money, how will I get the money? Well, that's the thing. If you're going to run after something, it's only going to run ahead of you. That's how the energies vibrate. Whatever you are vibrating in, the universe will give that back to you. So if you are vibrating in lack, that I don't have this, I have to run after this, then the universe will give you more to run after. The beautiful way, the most easiest way to come into abundance is only one thing: to be in gratitude. So to be in gratitude for whatever you have and whatever you don't have. Because even when you don't have, it's very easy for us to be in gratitude for what you have. We can easily be in gratitude for, okay, fine, at least I don't have to worry about tomorrow's bread. I don't have to worry about going out. I don't have to worry about work. My work is secure. But now I'll be worrying about, okay, what will happen with my mother's health. Now you're feeling lack of health for the mother or for the family. So there is lack in some part of the area or the other that's playing out. And when you remove your focus from there and you simply say thank you, when you say thank you for what you have, it's easy. But how do you say thank you for what you don't have? Well, if you are feeling the lack of love, then you thank the actors who are showing you that. Because through those actors, you have been able to recognize what's in your pot. If those actors didn't reject you, if those actors didn't show you lack of love, you would have never come to know what is sitting in your pot. So when somebody shows you lack of love, instead of putting that finger saying, you are so awful, you are so bad, you are showing me lack of love, what you need to do is say, thank you. Because of you, I was able to see that I hold that lack of love in me. Now is the opportunity that this person has given to you to start to release that lack. And that you will find that as you feel more and more abundant, you are feeling that you are protected. Some people feel unprotected. I need to put crystals in my house. I need to do this. I need to protect my house. I need to protect my society. I need to protect my country. I need to protect so and so. And they feel this need for protection. They are actually feeling that the universe is working against them. And one of my favorite sentences to say at all times when I'm saying, my gratitude to whatever is not playing out in my favor, I remind myself, no, this moment, I think that it's not playing in my favor, but the universe is constantly playing in my favor, because this is the universe's opportunity that it has handed over to me see what's in your energy field and release it. So in that place, the universe is still playing in my favor. As I start to say more and more of that, I will feel more and more abundant. Now I'm getting a couple of questions, so I'm going to start answering those. So somebody says, I feel so abundant and joyous when I talk to people and make friends, but I feel sad when they are rude. So what is my abundance? There is obviously not, because if your abundance is dependent on other people, well, thank that other person for giving you that opportunity to recognize that in that pot of yours, you're holding a lot of sadness. And now that you've recognized it, this is the minute where you can start to release that sadness. That person has simply pointed you towards what work needs to be done. And the work is always within. If you are basing your happiness on how somebody else is treating you, then the one person that you are not treating rightly is your own self. Because it's nobody else's job to treat you well. It's your own job to treat you well. And what do I mean by treating yourself well? It doesn't mean that you have to go for massages and go to the beauty parlors and, the women say, oh, I pampered myself. That's wonderful. But while you were pampering yourself, what is the energy that you went with? I've heard it from many people. Oh, I pamper myself all the time. I don't care what anybody else says. Now, already, I don't care what anybody else says. That is coming from hurt. Well, nobody has judged you except yourself. And there's such a cute compliment from Radhika to all. And she says, I love you all abundantly. Well, thanks, Rads. Okay, so there's this one question over here. How to find the balance between trying to achieve life goals and accept the current status or letting go. So there's a balance between letting go and how much you want to let go, and how to be, most goals are or lead to desires, and desires galvanize us into action. If we let go or accept our current status and cease action, then there is no way we will get to our goals. What makes you think that there is no way that you will get to your goals? Just the fact that you will release your attachment to that goal. Now you are going to be happy no matter what happens. So let's take a scenario where you're running after a goal. And let's say your goal is to look after your family in an abundant way. That, nobody is short of anything and you're always able to provide for them. Let's say that's your goal that you're working towards. And as you do that, you're working towards a goal of providing for your family. And you say, if I don't have that goal in my hand, how am I going to work more? How am I going to galvanize myself into action? And what is it? My goals will not be there for me, then my family is going to suffer. Or whatever it is, there's going to be a consequence attached to it. What makes you think that just because you will let go of your attachment to the goal, that the goal will not be fulfilled? On the contrary, actually, you will find that you will be able to go into the goal process with a lot more freedom and not feeling the burden on your shoulders of what you need to do. So today, as you're running towards your goal, you want to achieve a goal, you've got some fears associated with it. So go underneath your goal and see where it's coming from. It's coming from responsibility for 5 people. Can you actually take responsibility for anybody at all? How can we see what somebody else's energy field looks like? So let us say you want to do something and that's your goal. I'm not telling you to let go of your goal. I'm actually telling you, let go of your attachment to the goal. And then you will find that the goal is achieved a lot more easier. And even though sometimes when the goal is not achieved, there is a lot of peace in your heart. Because as that goal lets go, as you let go of that goal, something is going to come up. Because remember what? The universe is playing in your favor. It'll bring you something better, not something worse. When you go with that understanding, that is where abundance is, that the universe is playing in my favor. And that's where the entire answer to abundance lies. whatever stops you from that moment. In a moment, something happens that you think is not right for you. As you go into that thought process, remind yourself, if you're not remembering, remind yourself to come into my frequency, remind yourself to take guidance. And as you do so, there's that one line that will be reminded to you that the universe is playing in your favor. Okay, I let go of one opportunity. Now I can attach myself to the other because this is what the universe gave to me. No, 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 no. As you let go of attachment to one, you let go of attachment to the other. It might happen, it might not happen. As you learn to let go of attachments, you will see that life flows, and it actually flows easier rather than more difficult. Your goals sometimes become so small as compared to what the universe will hand over to you. When you give me this question, I need to control parts of my life, and then I can only let go of some parts. That's not letting go at all. That's actually holding on and not trusting that the universe is going to play in your favor. At this point, when you don't trust, I have two things to say. A, release your mistrust into the candle. And secondly, believe that the universe is playing in your favor. So you can tune into my energy, you can release your mistrust, and you will automatically start to see the path ahead, that you don't have to run. You don't have to run after anything at all. Things will come to you more easier. Sometimes tests will happen where you will not receive whatever there was. And that test is only of checking whether you are operating from abundance or you're operating from lack. And at any point in time, you can move into lack. It's an experience. We are not fearing lack. We are just taking a choice. We're making a choice of, okay, we had to experience lack for 30 days earlier. Now we experience that entire thing in 10 minutes, and now we choose to change that experience. We're not running away. Oh my God, why has lack come again? No, lack will come again and again. This is life. But earlier when it would come, it would stay over there for 30 days, for a few years. But now, as you catch yourself, you will be able to shift your experience in 10 minutes, maybe a couple of days. It will not be those 5 or 6 years. And the experience first will shift in your energy field, and then it will manifest over here. That's how the entire work happens all the time. Everything is first a creation in your energy field. And that is why I keep telling people, take from me this energy of Masti and abundance and fill it in your energies field and watch the abundance play out. People ask me why you don't believe in manifesting. And I say, actually, manifestation is happening at all times. I don't see the reason to sit for a few hours and ask for something. I actually believe that I let go of all my doubt, and now I let the universe create. And the universe always manages to create a much larger canvas for me than I could have imagined. So it'll create somehow, but if I'm sitting in that confidence, in that faith that the universe is working in my favor, then that creation happens from abundance frequency. Yeah, I'm going to read a few more questions. Answer that one. If I judge the other with energies of Masti, is this judgment to be released as well? So cute. So here is the thing. I always tell people, Suparna, that's Suparna's question, and she constantly operates from Masti. But so I always tell people, in the body form, you will constantly judge. You have no choice. You took this body form to experience the separation. You came to this earth to experience the separation. So there is no way that you don't judge. You are constantly judging. So which judgments am I asking you to release? The ones that are not serving you. If a judgment of Masti is serving you and you are judging everybody to be absolutely wonderful, a great, companion to you, no matter what they do, whether they slap you, hit you, hurt you, whatever, if you're still judging them with unconditional love, then you're judging them nicely, you're judging them positively. Guess what's going to happen from this unconditional love judgment that you are making? In your energy field, you will be gathering unconditional love. As in your field, you gather unconditional love. Guess what's going to happen from the outside? that same person who was playing a role that you thought was that of a villain is now going to start playing the role of your best love. Why? Because it's your energy that's creating that in your awareness. As somebody did something to you, you chose to love yourself. When people come to me and say, okay, how do I judge myself? I'm judging myself all the time. I can't do this and I'm not so good at this and all. I have a very simple mantra for everyone, and that is, I am awesome. So when people come to me and say, give me a mantra, I say, okay, Jake, and on your beats, you do this one mantra, I am awesome. And every time you start with this mantra, 1,000 thoughts will come to you. No, I'm not so awesome. And that's initially. And those are all the judgments that you're holding for yourself. As you start to say, I'm not awesome, I tell people, look at that thought. Why are you not awesome? Oh, I can't do this, or I'm not good at that. Well, release that judgment and put your focus on all the other things that you are good at. Let's say you are not good at anything, then you put your focus on, I'm the best at doing nothing, but I'm still the best. So I am awesome. You have to understand that the only love that you need to give is to yourself, and that automatically creates energies of abundance, of love in you. So Shrikant says, I need longer sessions, please. There's an entire workshop which is on the YouTube. I never even went to edit it. So it's actually 6 or 8 hours. And it's the last workshop. If you need a longer session, you can go there. And these weekly webinars of 40 minutes are just so that you won't die of, overdose of Meenal. You are tuned into this no matter what you do. This 40 minutes, even if you don't understand what I'm saying, it's all right. You can go back to this session. I will be putting them up on YouTube. But even if you don't go back to this session, you say those 4 lines that I talked about last time. And the lines simply are, I take energy from Meenal. I am the energy of Meenal. I take energy from Meenal. I am Meenal. And that's it. And you will say these lines over and over again to tune into me. I've posted an audio meditation for you guys to do. If you don't understand, it's okay. It's not about your understanding. So don't worry that the session is only 40 minutes. You will stay tuned into my energies each time that you say, I take energy from Meenal. Take energies from Meenal. Meenal's not charging you. She's feeling very abundant. And you will start to feel that abundance as well, right? The lines earlier used to be, I drop my mind, I'm from the heart. I'm in the heart, I'm the frequency of Meenal. And very recently, the lines have simply changed to be, I take energy from Meenal. This happened after our Goa festival. I take energy from Meenal. I am in the energies of Meenal. I am Meenal. And every time you just say that and you release that separation between you and me as well. There was this separation between you and me. And now we are letting go of that separation, and you are simply coming and accepting my energies of abundance. Okay. Somebody's giving me, okay, that's Gayatri. You've seen that cute compliment. When you judge someone is in lack, are you in lack? That's the question. When you judge someone, if you are judging someone, as I said, you will always judge people. You will always judge people. What is it that you do with that judgment? It's a different answer for everyone. You sit and you recognize where you are. If you're feeling the lack on their behalf, then yes, you are in lack. If you're able to watch them be in lack and you smile and you send some healing to them, and then you say, okay, they're in lack right now, they'll come out of it. If that's your reaction, when you judge, are you in lack or not, is a question that you will be able to answer for yourself. Okay. How to keep away from thoughts of Corona? That's question by Ajay. Ajay, that I've answered really in detail in a long video that I've made, one in Hindi and one in English. And that's all about releasing fears of Corona. And that video is on my YouTube channel. And basically my understanding is, what is corona? It is a manifestation from fears, and it's a manifestation of collective fears. But can you understand how much we are operating from fear frequency? We're operating so much from the fear frequency that the entire universe right now has taken on that manifestation, and now they're increasing that fear. So the one answer to corona is to release the fears itself. Understand, it's a virus, and yes, it's more deadly than the others because it's got more, it's more powerful because it can spread more easily. Okay, even if nothing spreads easily, are you still going to die? So there is a lot of fears of death and fears of losing loved ones that are all playing out as corona. So corona, in your energy field, if there is fear, what is corona doing? Corona is simply a trigger that is putting your hand into that energy field and taking out your fears and showing them to you. What will you do about corona? Will you go out and buy a dozen sanitizers? Maybe you will, and maybe you won't. But what you will definitely do is start to release those fears into the candle. You can close your eyes, imagine the candle. The candle process is known to everybody. That's my go-to process for absolutely everything. I have two processes these days. One, part A, release your frequency into the candle. If your frequency is fear, judgment, black, whatever, release it into the candle. And then part B is tune into my frequency, and you will be able to tune into the masti, into the equanimity, into the love, into the abundance that constantly plays out. You'll be able to do that with ease, and it will not be like, oh, you're taking it from Meenal. It will feel your own, because in the energy there is no separation. It will feel your own things that give you joy. Put your focus on them. Give gratitude to all that you know, all that you understand, and also all that you don't understand. Be in gratitude mode. It's the easiest way to bring you into abundance. I feel, so Radha says, I feel I'm stuck in Bangalore and want to be in Bombay as my wedding is next month. I'm trying to release, but keep getting anxious. Okay, then there was an entire anxiety video. It'll be on the YouTube channel, and it's all about anxiety and depression. That was last week, so you can watch that and you can keep releasing it. That's it. There is only two things: A, release it into the candle; B, tune into Meenal's frequencies. You know what is it that's annoying you, or what's that's irritating you about being stuck in Bangalore? So you have to look into that and release that. Are you feeling anxious about your wedding, or is there something else as well? Look into all your emotions and start to release. It'll happen. As you say, I'm trying to candle it, but it's not working, and every second day I dip. Well, I have only one solution for that: double the dosage, triple the dosage, quadruple the dosage. It's just as simple as that. As you double the dosage, this dosage doesn't harm you. It actually works in your favor because the universe is working in your favor. When someone dies and it disturbs us, but some deaths do not, what does it imply, and how is it linked with anything? It's linked with your attachment, and that's it. And sometimes somebody's death, even if it's an actor who dies and you never met him, but you are feeling sad for his death. At that point, that actor that you didn't even know has chosen to trigger your energy field. And in that hand of that actor that you didn't know has gone in and taken out and triggered your frequency of sadness. We don't need to know the people. Sometimes we're walking on the street, somebody right ahead of us, and he'll spit on the road. We don't know that person, but that will immediately get us angry, even though we don't know that person. What is happening over there? That energy field of mind that contains anger, this person suddenly became the trigger. He put his hand into my energy field and took out my anger and showed it to me. I can stop every person who's spitting on the road, or I can release my energy of anger. So when somebody dies and it disturbs you, look at your emotion. The question you always ask is, what am I feeling? And what am I feeling will give you the answer to what is the emotion, what is the frequency you are tuned into. If you like that frequency, fabulous. If you don't like that frequency, jane do, let it go. Be releasing that more and more. I also put up a video of deeper releases on my YouTube channel. I've been very free, so doing all of this editing and blah, blah. So there's a deeper release. It's a 15-minute video that you can watch. If the candle is not helping you right now, you can go into that deeper release, and it really, really makes you feel light. So do that. Okay. And Gayatri shares her experience, and she says, yesterday when I was feeling very, very ill, body ache, weakness, sinking, Meenal frequency healed the 100%. It's miraculous. Absolutely. You know, I mean, many people see these miracles of healing. Again, when somebody calls me these days and says, can you do healing for me? I simply tell them the same lines. I am in the energy of Meenal. I take energy from Meenal. Now you're not dependent on Meenal doing the healing at all, because over the last 2 months, my energy has kind of expanded. I constantly, why is it that these frequency changes happen to me? I constantly keep working on myself. I'm constantly cleaning that energy field and emptying myself and watching every moment, every thought. So initially it was a candle 100 times in a day, but now it's not that many times, because it's been a few years since I've been, you know, looking at every emotion. And even healings, miracles happen so many times. Do they happen 100% of the time? No. Whatever the miracle is to teach you, it's going to teach you that in some way or the other. But yes, many a times my frequency goes and bullies your energies, and it takes over. And then that's when all these beautiful miracles happen. Okay, then. Is my anger related to some lack? I get angry very often these days. Okay, if you get angry and you're able to observe it, then you're back to the candle process. Is it related to some lack? Adhika, take guidance. You know everything. So you will have your answer in the guidance. If it's related to a lack, that lack too will show up. And what makes us angry? There's expectation from the self and from somebody else. If that's built up, sometimes anger is from hurt, then that comes from attachment. If again, I've built up an expectation from somebody and now somebody is hurting me, that's going to create the anger in me. But if you're getting it from some lack, your guidance will tell you, simply sit in guidance, ask for the answer, and you will receive whether it is created from lack or not. Thank you so much, Gayatri. You're so filled with love. Thank you so much. I love all your compliments. I wish I could just save that section, and I'd be patting myself on the back and saying, I'm so awesome. And then as I say, I'm so awesome, you'd be tuning into my energies and saying exactly the same thing for yourself. That always works. Wonderful. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you for the beautiful compliment. Thanks, Rads. Kanika, deeper release didn't work. The younger one wasn't feeling okay with the hug. It was still feeling unloved and seeking love from outside. So beautiful. So again, now this is talking about that longer video of deeper releases. The video talks about you have to go and hug yourself, your younger self. And when you're doing that process for yourself, there will be times when that younger you will not believe you. And that's what is happening. That younger one didn't believe the hug coming from the older one. When you hug your younger self and the younger self doesn't want to believe you, what you are going to say in the energies, and I've actually talked about it in the video itself, you'll ask the younger self, what will make you happy? In your case, as you're saying, it was still feeling unloved and seeking love from outside. Ask that younger self, what is it that you want? And it'll say, I want love from X, Y, Z. Now those X, Y, Z are not available right now in the body to hug, but we are going to close our eyes and call for those energies of those X, Y, Z, and the energies will come. Guess why? Because energies don't play in time and space. So Kanika, when energies don't play in time and space, you are going to be able to, you're going to be able to receive love from those guys that you didn't receive love from. Maybe those people are still there in your lives and not giving love to you, because your pot energy field is the one that's creating your reality. So if you've given them the role that in the body, don't give me love. then they have no choice but to follow your energy's instructions. You are the one that's creating that. You can still take love from all of those people in the energies. Close your eyes, call them in the energies, and make that younger one give love to you. Now we've got 32 messages, and I don't know when this meeting is going to end. If it does end with us not being able to answer, we'll carry it over to the next session. All right? Okay. Thank you. Oh, okay. So a lot of cute, beautiful messages, and I thank everybody for showing so much love to me. Thanks, Shifa. Thanks, Shikha. The names. I just wish I could just go on, and how beautiful everybody's making me feel. Thank you so much. How to cope when you are constantly criticized and told that you are worthless? Okay, then, how to cope with that? I think the entire this webinar is focused on that only. The lack of love, that you're not feeling abundance of love. How to cope with that? You don't have to cope with that. You actually have to start releasing judgments for yourself. But you can go back to all my videos, whether they are 2 minutes or 5 minutes, all about self-love. The one thing that you have to tell yourself is, I am awesome. Because you don't believe you are awesome, everybody has that role to show you that you are not awesome. The next time somebody criticizes, you close your eyes and thank them in the energies. Why you thank them? Because they have given you this opportunity to recognize what you hold in the pot. It's not them, it's you. It's always you. And guess what? That makes the work so much easier, because now instead of changing the whole world, you only need to change yourself. Instead of bringing the whole world to peace, you only need to bring yourself to peace. Instead of letting everybody in the world say nice things about you, as you start to say nice things to yourself, you will actually find that people will stop criticizing you. I already had too much love and abundance in my energies. I'm so thankful for that, because I didn't work on most of my fears in this life. I understand that I came with beautiful baggage from my previous lives, but as I still went through my journey, I faced a lot of lack of love only from a few people. And it always used to bother me that the whole universe loves me. Why not these few people? And now I know the answer, because the answer is those few people had the very important job of teaching me self-love. If they didn't show me that in my energies, while I'm playing in abundance and 80% love, there is still that 20% of me that doesn't love myself and that judges myself constantly. I was able to look at my energy pot just because of those people who didn't show me love. So much gratitude to that. And the minute I started to understand that the work is still on me when somebody else is criticizing, the work is hugely on me. The work is for me to start emptying my energy field and to start giving love to myself. As I did that, guess what happened? Those very same people started to give me so much love. And it shifted completely. And now, actually, there is nobody in this universe who doesn't love me. There's all these people over here who all love me, and I already know that. They might not know because they're just joining here for the first time, but I know that they already love me too much. Thank you, everybody, for the beautiful, beautiful compliments that you give. If we have a frequency of lack, then it appears in front of us. Yes, absolutely. If it is clear 100%, it cannot appear. And if it doesn't upset us at all, then the work is done. You will be tested a few times. You will be shown a lack a few times, and you will be able to see how much you've shifted. That, earlier something would bother you so much, and now it's not bothering you at all. And that's the work, that no matter what happens outside, are we at peace inside? Because the whole game is inside. As we are at peace inside today, it's so beautiful that this moment of peace is going to create our next moment of tomorrow. That's where the creation happens from, our energy of today. So your energy, so to speak, of yesterday that you are carrying, whether it's of lack of love or lack of abundance of some other sort. Whatever energy you are carrying is getting manifested today. As it gets manifested today, you have two choices: either to grow that by sitting and saying, oh, look, this person also doesn't love me, and that person also is criticizing me. And you could do all of that. And now what you would be doing, you would be growing your energy of lack. Or now, as you become aware, you could be releasing that into the candle and taking on into the frequency of Meenal, sitting and taking newer answers for yourself, sitting in more peace, more calm, more joy. And what will happen? This energy pot of yours is soon going to have a lot of joy. And guess what is going to manifest? The tomorrow is going to be way more joyous. And yet, in that tomorrow that's 80% joyous, will there be some 20% people who will create problems for you? Absolutely, because they are not problems. They are those part of your energy pot, your energy pot that still needs to be looked at. So as they are creating things for you, issues for you, problems for you, you will be in gratitude to them as well. Wonderful. I think we've crossed all the question answers, and I think that, again, once again, telling you, when people ask me, how is it, why is it that you don't talk about abundance in general, I tell people, you are in abundance. You are already in abundance. What's not letting you recognize it, whether it's abundance of love or abundance of money or abundance of health, whatever it is, what is not letting you recognize it is that energy pot that you hold, which has doubt and fears and worries and lack in it. So the job is not to run after abundance. The job is actually just to clear that pot, and you will start to witness more and more abundance. I hope that answers everything on this topic of abundance. If it doesn't answer, then it's wonderful, because now you know what to do. You speak those 3 lines. I'm in the energy of Meenal. I take energy from Meenal. I am Meenal. And now, please, universe, give me the answer to this. And now you sit with a pen and paper, and you will find that your answers will start to come to you. So enjoy these processes. I look forward to seeing you next week at the same time. All of you, lots of love to you. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Mwah. Thank you. Bye-bye.